This hole in here is for a USB out port, which is in a battery shield which is captured inside, and as you can see it's a bit too big. It's too high and it's too wide. It's too wide by 3mm, so I want to edit it, and it's the USB out port, that one there. So I'll edit the sketch. Now I've already reduced its height and I want to reduce its width, and I've anchored actually it's always the wrong way up for me. I like it this way up. I've anchored or fixed this point here, so I want it to shrink from the left to the right, and I want to make it 3mm narrower, so very straightforward. It is 18, we'll make it 15. Bam, no we won't. Right, one error, failed to solve. Please delete or modify one of the following constraints / dimensions. D565, entirely unmeaningful to me, 18mm. More information? Nope, less information. I won't keep going on about that, but it continues to annoy me. Again, death of 1,000 cuts. I know, cracked record guys, but this is where I'm living. You report one small error, but that one small error bites you maybe 30 or 40 times an hour. That's no small thing. It's one small error, but it's no small impact on the user experience. Anyway, it was pointing to this, I think. So it's saying please delete or modify this list of, so the text, is fully generic, one of the following. There's only one thing in the list, so it could, if it wasn't so idle, say modify this thing, and it could highlight it for me, because maybe there are two, maybe I'm missing something here. That's the only one I can see. What happens if I delete it? This is a center point rectangle. How do I edit that? Do I see, what do I do now? I know I want it to end up being 15. Can I pull this along? This is another thing, by the way. When you try and select a geometry, often it doesn't work the first, second, third, fourth or fifth time, but eventually it does. I have no understanding of what that's all about. No, you really don't want to bother, do you? Can I move the point? No. Can I zoom right in and move the point? I don't suppose turning bodies off will have any effect at all. No. By the way, what is that small shaded rectangle? This seems to be, I know, it's chamfered on the other side. There's a chamfer on the inside which helps to locate this. So that's not really what's happened now. Okay. By the way, that's something you could fix. When you zoom out and you take all existing geometries off the screen, you can do a dynamic recenter, so it doesn't do that. It keeps the only thing in the screen, or the total set of things on the screen when you zoom in and zoom out. Zoom out anyway. Right, so I want to, that's a horizontal constraint, I believe. Oop, didn't want to do that. Do I have to redraw this? And then the extrude won't work. Is that how it's going to go down? What I want to do is resize this rectangle. I was able to resize this. This used to be 10. I swear to God, that used to be 10. No, you can't do that. Now again, you experts will be screaming, the man's a moron. Doesn't he understand ... Clearly not. My point is not that I'm a newbie. I know that. I know that with depressing clarity. But what I'm saying is the user interface should help me effortlessly with what's wrong here. The user interface knows I've left clicked this point. Alright, I'll select the sketch point. Now will you let me move it? No. So it knows I've clicked it and I'm trying to drag it, and it knows it's not going to let me. So it knows, you know, user expectation violation has occurred. There could be a module or something that says it's obviously trying to do something and it's not working, because we should never be ignoring a drag on a selected object in a perfect world. Let's try and select a sketch line. Can I drag that? I just can't drag anything. So can I remove the constraints? How do I find out what that constraint is? That's another thing. I want to be able to hover over that and it says, oh, this is your vertical line constraint or your parallel constraint or whatever it is. This is your center of line, midpoint constraint. Hovering over help text is another universal good idea. Don't ever not do it. Don't ever not do it. No. Beyond deleting this and redrawing it to the correct dimensions and then fixing whatever shit follows because I've deleted the lines that extrusions were relying on and blah blah blah. This is how you make a murderer.